Hi, welcome back. What we got in the shop today is this 2021 Kawasaki Brute Force 300. A neighbor of ours there wanted us to work on it because it stopped moving. And we took it out and kind of ran it around a little bit. And yeah, it seems like the drive belt in here is slipping real bad. Hopefully it's just replacing the belt and it's not the clutch in there. So first thing there, we gotta try to get into it. So it looks like I gotta take the running board off here. Just held in with some screws with some nuts on the back. And then it looks like I gotta take off the inner cover here on the fender. Then I should have enough room to take all the bolts out all the way around the cover here on the case. So let me see if I can get this off here and get to that. Well, now that I got the running board all off there and that other shield that was in here, I got the vent lines off front and back there, and now all I need to do is loosen up all the 8mm screws around it, take the cover off. But I noticed there when I took the back one off here, there's a oily residue in there. So that could be what's causing it to slip a lot. Maybe they really messed up a seal. If the belt got all broken up in there and tightened itself around the shaft, it might have screwed up the seal. It's got oil in there now. Well, we'll find out when we take this cover off. And just taking the cover off there. Yep, there's oil in there. Smells like gear oil, transmission oil. So the belt doesn't look like it's chewed up at all. So that could be our whole problem, is the clutches that are inside underneath that are soaked with oil, and probably even the belt too. I'll have to wipe this all out and see how bad it is and see how to fix this. Well, I'm kind of cleaning up all that oil in here with some gas, just so I can even touch anything in here without getting all oily. So it looks like I gotta take the primary off, primary clutch, or they call this a converter in the service manual, but it's just basically like a snowmobile clutch where that pulley moves and then changes the speed of the belt. So it looks like I gotta take that nut off in there, and I gotta hold it from spinning with those two pinholes there somehow. And same way on this, I gotta hold the inside from spinning and take this nut off. Then I can take this cover off and then take the secondary clutch off. And it does smell like gear oil, so most likely it's that seal behind the secondary into the transmission there. Hopefully it didn't screw up the clutch lining pads. I guess they're in there. We got 3 of them, spring loaded. So the faster this spins, the more they spread out, almost like a brake pad up against the inside of this hub here. Hopefully you don't have to replace that. But looking online, it looks like Some people have had problems with this happening quite a bit. Oil seal going out on it there and then getting their belt all oily. And we'll definitely have to change that belt. It's all oily now. So let me see if I can get these off here and get that belt off there, and then we can take a look at that seal. And now I got the clutches removed there. Just take that nut off there, and this outer half of the front clutch here comes off, and then you just slide the whole back off. But yeah, there's some damage in there. I don't know why it looks like it was, the inside of the clutch was rubbing against the housing here, and even there around that seal. And you can almost see the seal there. Lip is not even close to the shaft at all there, and a lot of shavings around it. I'll have to investigate it here. You can see right there, there's the lip, and it's not in tight against the shaft in there. And a lot of shaving is right there too. Well, I'll have to investigate this out. Well, looking at this some more, I see that the whole shaft looks like it moved in, and the seal wasn't on the lip, so that caused all the oil to come out of the transmission and then soak up the clutch and belt. And looking at the parts diagram, there's a bearing back here behind the seal, and then behind that is a gear that's on the shaft. I don't know if it's made into the shaft or not, and it's kind of like a spiral gear a little bit. And then sticking out the other end there's just a little nub that goes into another bearing that's on the other side of the case in the transmission. And there was no movement back or forth, so it's like the whole thing worked its way in somehow. Shouldn't be able to do that, but it did. So without tearing all the transmission apart and everything, what I did is put the nut back on it, put a pair of vice grips on it, and a slide hammer on it, and I kind of just pulled it out just a little bit, and the seal looks like it's sitting on that shoulder pretty good now. So it might just seal it up now without getting a new seal, because that was what the problem was. It wasn't chewed up or anything. It's just that it wasn't on that shoulder on the shaft. So and I just need to clean this up some more in here, and I guess give it back to the neighbor, and if it messes up again, slipping, he's gonna have to take it into the shop to get them to tear it apart, because I don't know if this is still under warranty or not. Might be. Have to ask them. So let's see if we get this put back together and test it out. Here's the back side of the clutch here. You can see it was hitting these fins all the way around, and then it looks like it was rubbing here up against the housing. This whole thing comes off. There are the pads. Got 3 pads on it. I don't know if that oil would affect those, or just some brake clean would clean those up and they'll be fine. Well, I got the clutch cover all back on, and I just had it out for a run, and it seemed to be working pretty good there. So cleaning all that up with the brake clean and getting all the oil off the belt there, it's working. I don't know how for how long, if that shaft might work its way back in or not. I've seen some other guys there have problems with the oil leaking, and of course they took it right back to the dealer under warranty. But that could be a problem that's happening on a lot of them, is that shaft working its way in and then it's leaking the oil. They might think it's just the oil seal leaking, but it's actually that problem. And another thing they're going to have to get there, the neighbor's a new battery, completely dead. Have to jump it to get it to start and run. So I'll put all the running board back on it and everything. And they're coming over to pick it up, so I just didn't want to get way into the transmission part of it there, so this is kind of going to work out for them for now. And if it does start slipping again there, then we're going to have to look into it deeper, or they might take it to the shop. Well, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more. And I'll see you in the next video.